Alright, what's up, gang? I'm gonna do a run through a little range session here. And let me show you how I like to set up from start to finish. First, I get my yardages. 96, 86, 143. Just gives me kind of like an idea of what club I'll be hitting. This will be my first couple swings of the day, so let's not be too judgmental here. I also like to put down a couple alignment sticks just to get me set up right. Good thing to use when you're warming up or if you're working on a swing change. Just kind of gives you a little helping hand. So I like to put one on the outside of the ball to the right. That kind of gives me my direction with the club face. And then lately I've been doing this one where I direct the club face, so I'm going to be going straight this way. So let's go back behind the ball. Looks pretty good, pointing right at about the 96-yard mark. It says 110, but it's not. So if I hit this, I'm in trouble. It means I'm coming too far inside. Outside to in. Hitting that slice we don't want. And then vice versa. If I hit it from this way, I'm coming too inside to out. So avoiding the stick, again, serves two purposes. Gives you some aim and also gives you kind of like your swing path and what you're doing. So 96, I'm gonna hit a 54. I could probably get a 50. I could probably get a 56 there, but first couple swings of the day, I'm not just gonna, rip them as hard as I can, full 56. So I'm gonna take a nice light 54. This is my 105 club. See how we're working. Also, range balls. Unless you have like the premium TP5 or Titleist practice balls, you got these freaking Wilson staff, might be missing a couple dimples, might have some scratches in it. The ball's not going to fly purely, so don't be too hard on yourself. If you're like, oh man, I was at the range and I'm short all day. Well, look at the ball you're using, okay? Let's focus on that too. Now, it's not an excuse, it's just maybe a reason. All right, don't say, oh, the ball, but there might be a reason why you're not hitting as flush, and the ball flight might be a little weird sometimes, like my favorite, when you hit a ball and it goes straight up to the air and then all of a sudden just dives. That's obviously probably the difference. To me today, I'm working on shortening my swing. Been kind of all the way up here, just trying to get to right about here, chin level, and then go. All right, see, nice easy swing gets us right there. It wasn't even a full tilt. Oh, see that? You hear that? Dink. Over the top. Outside in, too much. Now let me readjust that. And that has also been my thing lately, hitting these cuts. A little short there. Let's give it a little bit more tilt. Warmed up a little bit. Let me try to hit a full one. If I go over my target, not worried about distance. Again, worried more about alignment. Distance you can figure out. Alignment and direction is very important. Oh, low. A little pass, but low. Let's do one more. Best one yet. All right, slightly past. Let's try and folks, let's clean the clubs when we're done using them, okay? Let's treat these as if we care about them. If you don't care about your clubs, I don't know why you have them. So let's just give them a little TLC. Spit on that head. And just to ensure that we're maintaining the clubs and you don't want to get any dirt in the grooves. All right, full tilt. What I'm working on is just getting out here, set up right here with my chin, and then pushing this hip behind me. I'm seeing them on video. That's another reason why I record myself, so that you can see what you're doing in your swing. So I've been seeing, I kind of go forward and kind of just throw this hip out instead of turning it behind me. And you see all I'm doing is going here, and as soon as I start to turn, my shoulders and my arms are naturally following because this is pulling me this way. But that's what I'm working on right now as far as swing feel. Low again. All right. Got to where we were going, but that is way low. I would love the ball to go a little bit higher. Again, we're not in any rush. Let's take our time. TLC. Much better. Didn't really get there, so let's add a little bit more speed. A little Lightning McQueen. I have kids, so I watch Disney all day. And my new favorite is that Leo movie. Freaking hilarious. The turtle and the iguana. It's a little short, a little 90. A little 90 yarder. I'm not the longest, but you know, ask anybody and they would take accuracy over distance any day. It's nice to be able to hit the ball far, but if you don't know where it's going, I don't think that helps out too much. Again, we're taking our time, analyzing. Let's see if I need to move this. If you hit that stick in front of your ball, you're really in trouble. I don't know if there's... I don't know what to tell you with that one. All right, let's get one more of these in. Try to really swing through that. Oh yeah. Oh, so short. So again, range ball. Maybe I could get an extra 5 yards from like a Titleist or a Callaway. I've been playing Titleist these days, but I do love the TP5. So we've hit what, 10 balls to warm up, all wedges. One thing I can't stand is when I go to the range and I see people, first thing they pull is driver. So that was 11 minutes and I hit 10 balls. So again, pace yourself, take your time. You shouldn't be hitting a bucket of 45, 50 balls in 5 minutes. That's not really practice. That's just scraping and hitting. Spit on the head, get it nice and clean. And I'm gonna move my setup here. I'm gonna take this one away. Take that other one away, not worried about that. We're gonna put this one out here. Gonna aim that at my, let me get my camera here. Gonna take that and aim at the 150 out there. And let's see, that might look a little offline, but it's right on line. I'm looking, yeah, I'm pointing right of the 150. And you know, maybe starting out, maybe hit a couple off the tee. You know, practice a par 3 in your head. Like say, hey, look at the scorecard of the course you're playing. And say, hey, I got 3 par 3s that are 140, 150. I'm gonna hit an 8-iron or a 9-iron into it. Let's practice that shot right now. You want to practice golf. I'm gonna say that a million freaking times. We're not out here practicing practice. You practice golf, and that way when you're playing golf, it becomes practice. You like that? That's from Annika Sorenstam. There's a book. I forget the name. I'll have to CC the book later. Perfect. Just right at my target. Maybe could have been aim, could have been a little push. But that's 10 yards within my aiming spot, so I'll take that any day. Again, loaded off the tee, behind the ball, seeing where I'm aiming on the ground, lining up, and then pulling the trigger. No hesitation. I'm doing this right here, this little move to get my shoulders kind of behind. I tend to set up a little open, causes the ball to go right, so I'm trying to square up my shoulders a little bit. That move kind of helps me with that. Again, perfect distance. We're a little left on that one, so gotta find the right spot. That was my aim. I felt myself aiming over there. Also have a little wind in the face, but I don't think it's enough to really hurt me right now, so I'm not going to club up or anything like I would. Also, 70 degrees where I'm at right now, 60, 68, so ball will go a little bit further. If it's hotter, you're hitting rubber, so naturally will fly. And that's right at it. Drawing a little bit. So 10 yards right, 10 yards left. That was about 5 yards left. I'll take that. Might be dancing. That was a 9-iron, 150. So let me, let's hit a couple of mid-irons. Let me hit a 7. I'm gonna do 3. I'm gonna go 7, 6, 5 on the mid-irons. And I'll go straight to my 150 target. Same thing I've been aiming at. Obviously gonna fly over the target, but leave my alignment stick down. Might even put this one out for my feet. Seems pretty square to me. See, I'm looking down and that looks open. That looks open to me, the stick. So let me go back and readjust. Yes, it is just a hair open. So again, we want to get those angles perfect. That's why the sticks are down there. If you're not using them, there's no point in putting them on the ground. Right, we're way over my target. So that was a 7. Hitting the 6 now. And this kind of gives you just a feel of hitting those different clubs on the golf course. Again, we're practicing golf. You're not going to sit there on the golf course and have the same shot over and over and over again. If you do, then you got some other issues you need to work out. It's not the club. Oh, again with the push right. Okay, that could be my kind of sway I was talking about. I'm trying to get here and then just stick it. Cha-cha-cha, stick it back there. So push, push. See if we can hit this 5-iron, maybe get a bit of a draw on this one, kind of counterbalance that up. And let's say, hey, I got a 190 par 5, or par 3. I'm gonna put it on a tee. You know, don't be afraid to use the tee to help you get that confidence, help you with your swing. And again, practicing a par 3. Say I got a 185, 190 par 3. Well, I'm hitting this club right now. A lot better. Straighter, high draw. The hip movement was a lot better on that one. And we got the first tee right there, and these guys swinging on me. So now let's practice getting off the tee. Again, go to the range, wedges, high irons, mid irons, and then we work on the tee ball. I don't understand why people show up and just start hitting. You got a bucket of 25 and people hit 14 drives. You wasted half your bucket, and hopefully on the course you're playing, you're not going to hit driver every single hole. You can't. Playing 18 holes, 4 of those are par 3s. So I have 14 holes that you could use driver. You know, let's say maybe you're hitting 3-wood on 4 of them. Now you have 10. Why would you hit 14 drives with the range bucket when you're only going to hit 10 out there? Again, practicing golf. Probably have to move that line. I'll be way long. Let me move this. All right, here. All right. Practicing the T-ball. I don't know if you can see the 3 pines straight ahead. Trying to keep it within those 3 pines. Probably about 50 yards, 60 yards, just like a fairway again. Practicing that feel. Perfect. There's a little 3 hybrid. So I would hit that on, like, let's say a 350 par 4, a long par 3, 350 par 3. That probably gets me 220 off the tee, so I'd be 130. Perfect pitching wedge for me. I'm not just trying to, you know, you're just trying to rip it down there as far as you can every time. You want to play placement golf, especially if you're dealing with bunkers or water, or maybe there's undulation in the fairway and you want to get to a nice flat spot. I like to take the 150 in the fairway, and that's kind of like my green. I'm aiming for that 150, you know, 30 or 40 yards around that. I know that I'll have a shot to the green from there. All right, I'm gonna hit this 3-wood. And this drill, going here and just turning back, has really been helping me. Hitting the ball pretty decent right now. I say that, I hope I don't jinx myself. All right, left side towards those trees, but pretty good. Hit another 3-wood. I like to hit my 3-wood a lot. 400 yards, you know, I can get 250, 230 consistently with this thing. Anything 400 yards or less, I'm probably playing my 3-wood, just because it's easier to set up and it's better to be more consistent with this club. If you can rip driver, if you're very accurate with your driver, definitely use it. Oh my goodness. I was chunky and high, did a little dip. Gonna hit one more of those, man. What is the first bad shot I'll bucket? Of course I jinxed myself. Poo, 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 chew. All right, let's reset, maybe take a couple practice. All right. There it is. That's a lot better. No dirt. All right, let's rip a couple drives here. See, it's the end of the bucket. We warmed up with what I hit, 56, 54. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 clubs. So I've spread the bucket around the bag a little bit. Need a tall tee. So I've hit 8 clubs out of the 14 I have. It's pretty good for warming up. That'll do. Fader. Probably a little bit of sway. Really gotta stick there. Really gotta stick that. Okay. All right, not bad. We're warmed up, ready to play.